Hey there, good morning. How are you today? Sorry, I'm just getting sat down. I guess I should have sat down first, but I didn't. Um, I don't really have a planned uh, talk this morning. I typically have some idea of what I'm going to say, but the other day I had planned a whole talk and I started doing it, and it just sounded so inauthentic. And I thought, okay, I'm not going to plan so much anymore. Maybe have a general idea of what I want to say, but not have a full like mapped out word by word thing because it's not how I do things. And when I try to do it, it really screws it up. And I've been sick most of the week with this kind of large amounts of mucus coming out of me. So finally, that's not gone, but it's going away. And so I decided I wanted to say something. And today's a little bit later class, so I had some extra time. Um, Most people who know me from my store know how I love to take people on the temple tours and explain things. And I've been working on not having to go to temples so much myself because, I'm not in India right now. And when I am in India, this last year I stayed at home more at Guruji's house. I didn't go to all the temples that I usually go to on a daily basis. So I forget sometimes how much I love it because I was here. And so I'm doing my own puja at my altar, and I morning and night, and I'm doing my own mantras and chanting and doing stuff. So it's like building my own energy, not relying on the outside energy from a temple. And so when I have been feeling bad all week, it was very interesting. We had planned this trip there's a temple here in Frankfurt that is Nagapushani, based off the Nagapushani Shakti Peeth that is in Sri Lanka. The priest is Sri Lanka, and so are his kids, and his son is one of the priests also. And the daughter I was teaching yoga to a couple of years back, and I would help with the pujas when I was at the temple the few times that I've been here. But they moved locations, and I was using that as an excuse to not go because it took two trains, and the walk was a little bit longer, and it wasn't now. So finally, I planned a night, and I had some of my students going, and so I couldn't really back out unless they backed out. I'm not sure why I was backing out. I think because I was feeling really good on my own, and I didn't want to have that outside influence on the feeling good. I wanted to know I could do it on my own. So we had five people originally, and then three people ended up going, but we had a really great time. We went, and I reconnected with the son who was doing the pujas last night because his father's in India. And the daughter that I was teaching, his sister, was there with her baby, her new baby, like 8 months old. So it was really nice to see them. But it's just like a reminder that Hindu temples are set up in a way. Typically, they have a tall gopuram on top that does certain things to pull energy down. But the pujas that are there, the rituals that they do, are set up in a way to pull energy into the room, into the space, so that when you come there and you partake in the rituals, or if you just come there and sit and meditate, you get to absorb some of that energy. And what was funny is that I've had this reminder several times because I leave India and I go back for visa reasons, and I remember it again. But when I'm here, I don't typically need the reminder so much because I'm mostly doing it on my own. And last night I got back. Well, they give food also, so we got to have this really great Tamil food. The people are mostly Tamil people making Indian food as prasad, and so you get to have that, and it was absolutely delicious. It was home cooked Indian food, not from a restaurant that's trying to cut corners on their money spending. And so number one, the food, was great, and my body was super happy with that food. And then got home and I had to do my puja that I do every night because I hadn't done it earlier because we left at 6 and then people arrived around 5:30 and I can't do it that early. I have to do it later. So I started to do it, and typically I got home after 9 p.m. So I was typically tired, but I had this boost of energy, but also this calmness and this softness from being at the temple for um, about an hour and a half. We were there about an hour and 45 minutes, something like that. It was really, really beautiful. And it just reminded me how nice that is to have that. So I'm going to start trying to go back there again more often. It's a little harder because of the schedule here. And if I want to fit into my what I have to do in the mornings before I teach, I need to be in bed a little earlier. But I think I can make it without being in bed so early sometimes. At least once a week I should go. It was really, really delightful and nice and great to have that reminder. I also enjoy the people, the son and the daughter of the priest are really great people. And it was very lovely to have that. We all have a thing that we need. I'm American, and typically Americans, we are U.S. citizens, not just. I shouldn't say Americans, are taught we have to be fully independent. We have to not rely on anyone. We can do everything on our own. That's kind of the thing. And one thing I've learned from spending so much time in India, there is a large amount of communal time, community time with your whole family, with people. People really kind of even worry about you when you're doing something alone. It's not a typical occurrence there. They're not used to seeing that. So I used to get irritated by it because I have this very strong kind of Americanness in me where I'm fine. I can do it by myself. I have Google Maps. I can get there. Whatever, I can figure it out. And then to come to this realization that we don't have to be an island. Even like islands are very often archipelagos where there are several islands grouped together and they're connected under the water. So that kind of analogy of if you are on an island and the water's there and you go under the water and you follow it on the earth, you're walking down, you go under the water and you walk up onto the next island. They're still connected. It's just hidden under the water. So we humans we might appear to be islands where we look like we're all alone, but even underneath the water, we're still connected to the next island in some way. And it's okay to admit and to come to the realization that we do need other people and we do need each other. And to have a support system is also thinking like if we're those islands and we're all connected underneath, we're really one thing. And to have that solidarity across the board, that if I've pinched myself off and feel like I'm alone, I need the reminder that I'm not alone so I can tap into that thing that can be there when all of us come together in one space. Or even when we have the realization we are all connected, even if it's hidden under the water. It's a great place to be and a great place to feel when you have that knowledge. The idea is there, but when you actually get the wisdom that it is the truth, that's really a lovely place to be. And I'm happy to have had that reminder again. So that's all I've got to say right now, and I hope you all are doing great, and we'll have a great day, and take care of yourself, okay? Bye.